Hey everybody, what's good? This is KO and today we are going to be unboxing and reviewing my pick for the best shoe that you can buy for about $100. Let's go! Alright, so today we are going to be unboxing this black Nike box and we are going to be talking about what I think is the best pickup that you can make for $100 US, which is about 5,000 pesos. We're going to unbox the shoe and we're going to talk about it. I'm excited for this. Let's go! The box is matte black with a spot lamination for the logo lockouts on the top and along the sides. It is a nice, elegant touch, and here is the shoe. And here we have the LeBron James X John Elliott Icon QS. Now, the LeBron James and John Elliott collaboration came out about a year and a half ago, I think, and it is a lifestyle version of what appears to be the LeBron 8, but the entire upper has been re-engineered by John Elliott in kind of a two-layer concept. Now, the first layer, which is the most obvious, is this outside layer of transparent mesh that we've come to become familiar with, but gained a lot of popularity early on with the Element React 87. And with this shoe, like with the Element React, you can see your socks through the upper, primarily on the toe area and along the tongue. Now, from the midfoot all the way to the toe, along this translucent transparent mesh, you have some embroidered stripes that go along the toe, kind of like a mud guard, all the way around the toe box from arch to arch, from the medial side to the lateral side. And according to some stuff I saw online, the inspiration for these lines are the lines on a basketball court, although that does seem kind of like a loose storytelling element, if I am honest. But they do create a nice line to outline the toe box and kind of give the illusion of a mud guard. Now, underneath some of that embroidery and giving dimensionality to the shoe, between the mesh and the embroidery, so before the embroidery was put in, there are some layers of fuse overlay that seal the parts of the shoe together, particularly with this kind of L-shaped element of fuse that goes all across the center part of your foot on both the lateral and the medial sides. And this L shape seems to be the only thing that might point towards LeBron James on the outside of the shoe, because there is no branding for LeBron James on the mesh of this shoe. Now, what I mentioned earlier was that there are two layers, and the first layer is that transparent, translucent mesh. On the inside, the second layer is a very, very plush, premium, full grain leather. Now, when you touch this leather, you can very much feel how premium it is. It is top-notch quality, and it is soft and buttery. Goes all around the collar and in between your foot and the translucent mesh. And that same buttery leather is used for a back tab along the heel of the shoe and kind of as a liner going around the tongue. And that kind of gives you an idea of how buttery this leather is. Usually when you have leather on a shoe, it's on the exterior and then you have some sort of textile or fabric lining on the inside. But this is just so smooth and buttery and soft that it is what is making contact with your foot. It is kind of amazing that you can get materials at this quality, at this price point. There is a pretty stiff back heel counter to this shoe. I mean, it is soft on the inside. If you put your finger all the way in, you can still feel the buttery leather. But there is an element of fuse that goes all the way around the heel, and that creates a cup of support. Of course, this is a lifestyle shoe and we don't expect to be able to use it for playing basketball, but it's nice to have this cushion with you all the time. The midsole of the shoe starts out with some foam along the top And then it gets almost immediately to this entirely Air Max midsole. From the heel all the way to the toe, there is Air Max in this entire shoe, which is kind of signature of most LeBron mainline shoes. Almost always full length Air Max or Zoom Air of some sort. So it's a transparent outsole, and through that outsole you can see a lot of the Air Max technology peeking through. There is a lot of exposure there, and it is interesting to see. You don't always get this amount of visibility on an outsole. And on the heel, there is some foam peeking out from the center of the heel. Now, an interesting note is that there is supposed to be a LeBron logo on the outsole of this shoe as well, given that it is the LeBron 8 tooling. But for some reason, LeBron and John Elliott have decided to not have that here. In fact, the only branding on this shoe is the Nike swoosh embroidered on the toe and a printed Nike sportswear logo running vertically at the top of the tongue, which is barely seen if you're wearing pants or if your laces are tied all the way up. The only place it says either LeBron James or John Elliott is on the non-removable insole. So the insole is glued in there, and that's the only place where you see either the names LeBron James or John Elliott. So all things considered, I think that this is a really good choice at that $100 price point. I got it for $117, which, I mean, it's pretty close to $100, especially considering that this was a $260 or $230 shoe. Either way, it's about half the price of what it originally was. Now, the original colorway of the shoe did sell out, and that was a white pair, so all of the mesh was tinted white, and then all of the embroidery and fuse overlays were done in black. And then in 2019, they came out with a bunch of other colorways that were monochromatic or in a single color. So there's a pink one, there's a kind of a brown tan one, there's an all white one, and then this is the black one, and this is the one that I prefer. And the reason why I wanted the black versus like a pink, although the pink was really nice, was because I felt like this was a very versatile shoe and you could use it for more dressed up environments, especially it being a John Elliott shoe, with John Elliott being a very premium streetwear designer. But here in the Philippines, people wear sneakers to work all the time, and I actually think that this would be a really good sneaker for wearing to work. You know, if you're out there buying Cole Haans or something along those lines, this is a really good alternative. Now, again, that toe is very, very transparent, and you can see all the different colors of socks that you wear. So if you are going to wear it to work, I do recommend that you do wear black socks or brown socks or dark socks to kind of hide that feature. And then when you want to have fun, you know, that's when you bring out the fancier, more exciting colors of socks. And you can see how flexible this shoe really is. By changing the socks, you can change the feel and the style, so you can have it for lifestyle, for streetwear, having fun, but then you can put some dark colored socks in there and wear this thing to work. In fact, the reason why it looks white here is because of the paper that's stuck inside. But if I pull out the paper, you can see just how transparent it is. Now, for those of you who know me, it might surprise you that I would recommend or go for a LeBron James shoe for a few reasons. Primarily, the number one reason being that I am a die-hard Celtics fan, and LeBron James plays for the Lakers. But after watching The Last Dance, ironically enough, there were a lot of discussions about who the GOAT is, and that argument kind of got revived. And while I do still think that Michael Jordan is the GOAT, the greatest of all time, I've started to feel like, in my appreciation for how great some of the players of the 90s were, I might be missing out on how great our current roster of players are, and appreciating how great they are in this moment. Qui-Gon Jinn is always saying that you should be aware of the living force, right? There's the greater there's the greater thing that's going on, but there's also something that's going on right now. And so I've decided that I actually want to start appreciating LeBron James some more. I don't necessarily think that he's the GOAT, but I think that he's really amazing in this era, and the stuff that he's doing, you know, personally and off court are pretty amazing. So I subscribed to HBO Go and I started watching him on his talk show in a barbershop called The Shop. And it's actually a great watch, especially if you want to learn more about racial issues and economic issues of Black African Americans in America. It's an amazing show. I do recommend you watch it. He wore these a few times, and it is a great place to go look at Kicks because he has an amazing lineup of guests on that show. You got Chance the Rapper, you got Jon Stewart, Travis Scott, Snoop Dogg, OBJ. He is LeBron James and he can get almost anyone to the table, I would bet. If you are able to watch it, do watch it. But you know, HBO Go is like 140 pesos a month and the catalog is amazing. So yeah, this is my pick for best shoe at $100. What do you think? Am I cheating by choosing a shoe that's on discount? I don't think I am. I really don't think so. But you might think different. So please do leave your comments. Did I cheat? Do you like this shoe? Do you own it? Are you gonna pick it up? This is the LeBron x John Elliott icon. I think actually that it's one of the best collaborations of recent years, where, you know, it really is a fresh, new, complete redesign of a performance shoe for lifestyle. All right, thank you so much for watching. It means a lot to me. Please do press that like button. It goes a long way for us. And subscribe. Leave a comment if you can, even if just to say hi and that you appreciate the work that we're doing. Do you like this shoe? Do you own it? Do you want it? Am I cheating by choosing a shoe that actually costs $200 but is on sale? Did I cheat with the Air Max as well on our pick for $50? If you haven't seen that video, there'll be a link somewhere here or at the end of the video, and you can click through and watch that next one. All right, I wish you all good health. I wish you all peace. I wish that you would all wash your hands and wear a mask when you're outside. All right, my name is KO. Thank you so much. Peace.